To us here. So we partnered here and to attract, capture, and convert high quality leads. So it's a big transition, it takes some time and effort. So you're maybe a little over 90 days into it where you've been essentially up and running. And I know you haven't actually fully utilized all of the tools yet, but you've got a good chunk of them in place. But tell us about how things are going.
Yeah, no, it's man, it's been awesome, Rick. I mean, for me, the systems that we've I'm trying to formulate my words here. There's a lot to talk about. You and your team have been great. Y'all helped me obviously optimize my website, redeploy that, and then I knew nothing of how this worked, with you guys and your company and your platform. It was overwhelming at first. I was definitely not the fastest onboarding guy. Y'all had to push me a lot. I felt completely out of my element, out of my league with implementing it. But y'all were great to walk me through it. I will say this to the listening audience: it's more robust than I thought it was. But it's becoming more easy to use. It's a learning curve. Mm-hmm. Anything you do new, again, it's an investment. It's definitely taken a lot of time. But I can tell you the beauty of this system now. I can look at my pipeline exactly where every single opportunity is, whether they're in a discovery call, a qualification call, where they are in my sales pipeline, and that can be customized. It has just been phenomenal. I get appointment confirmations just automatically. I'll just get an email and I'm like, oh, I have a phone call like next Tuesday. And guess what I did to get that phone call? Nothing. Mm-hmm. I did nothing. Of course I did something. I partnered with you and your team. Of course I'm paying for that service. But man, just that ability, because before I partnered with you guys, my phone would ring. Hey, this is Joe, and I saw your son, and I just wanted to talk and just see, could you come help? Which is fine. We love helping, man, but we're all busy professionals. Now what they do is they see my son, they look us up online, they say, oh, schedule a meeting, schedule a call, and it's done. I rarely even get a Rick, to be honest. I rarely get a phone call, and I'm grateful for that. Yeah. Furthermore, one thing I'll say about y'all's system that I didn't understand or know that I really appreciate is the ability, and I've seen the power of texting. I am not a millennial, and so I know there's a lot of millennials listening, no offense, guys, but I didn't grow up with a cell phone in my hand, as a teenager and texting all the time. And so for me, texting has always felt unprofessional to me. And I feel like email is a lot more professional. But what I'm learning, and Rick, you've helped me with this some, and then just using it, people respond to texting where they will never respond to an email. And one thing I love about y'all's system is it allows me in one place to text and email in the same platform and not have to go bouncing back and forth to figure out what is happening. And I just think that is phenomenal. And texting on a keyboard is a whole lot easier than texting.
Yes, I love that too. I'll text as much as I can from a keyboard. I'm literally all thumbs when I try to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, good point. And I think, to add on to your point a little bit there, when we get that lead, we just do not know how they prefer to communicate. So let's just try all three. Let's text, let's email, let's call. They'll let you know how they prefer. And yeah, the vast majority of people do prefer to text. And the great thing for you or any other builder is that, texting is about 100% open rate within an hour of when you send it. Email, open rate, maybe 20%, maybe 30%. Otherwise, where is it? Well, I never got the email. Oh, it's in spam, or I didn't like the subject line, or I didn't recognize it was you. And I didn't, I lost it in my inbox. I deleted it by mistake,
Yeah.
That's a challenge with email. It used to be where email was really more the forefront of communication. It's kind of flipped, where now the text is really the forefront, or the reminder, the gentle nudge, if you will, and then the email becomes more secondary. Is what we're finding, and of course there's also messaging, and I know you're not that involved in social media, but Google My Business can be a real profitable area for a builder too. Just to looking up that local home builder or remodeler in such and such an area, Google My Business profile, and they can chat with you now too. Mm-hmm. Or they can call you, and that call comes in, it's recorded. It's just making your life easier, or your salesperson's life easier, because everything's managed in one hub. like you said, versus I've got to use this app for this and my phone here, my computer for this, and it becomes very difficult to be efficient.
Yeah, and one thing you just mentioned something there that reminded me. I just found this out about y'all's system actually earlier this week. I had a guy reach out, and I actually was on the road when my time was to call him. Well, I didn't have his number, so I pull up the app, the Builder Lead Converter app, find his contact information, hit call from the app, no big deal. I call him, I talk to him. We have a 20-minute conversation, get back, I'm taking notes, and I'm like, hey, what's this? A recording of the whole conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm like, wow, this is great. I'm going to start using that for each phone call so that I can go back and remember if I forgot, what did we talk about? I can go back, and that's, again, just a neat feature I didn't even know existed. So like you said, I've not, for your listening audience, I've barely scratched the surface. And I am only implementing certain parts of what you guys can do. And I'm seeing the power of it already for sure. And I know, like you said, there's a lot more I could grow. So I got a long ways to go still.